The deal is done. After a long, arduous 4 years, the path for the UK to become a free, sovereign nation, able to make its own laws, control its own borders, and manage its own affairs is finally clear. When the 2016 referendum was achieved, thanks to the commitment of thousands of UKIP activists up and down the country, no one could have predicted quite how far out of their way establishment arch-remainers would go to overturn a democratic mandate. Now it is clear that we're leaving, and we're not going back. From going through the document, what strikes me is that this is, on the whole, a beneficial deal for the UK. Leaving with this deal is better for the UK than not leaving at all. The Prime Minister has to be praised for securing significant wins in the way of tariff and quota-free trade, and freeing the UK from the grip of the European Court of Justice. However, we must not simply give politicians a green light to do as they wish. We must make this deal work for the UK. It is an inescapable fact that this agreement is not ideal, and UKIP believes, as it always has done, that a no-deal exit would have been the preferred option. Looking beyond the euphoric number 10 spin, it is clear that our fishermen have been the main casualties of this agreement. Their status as a sacrificial lamb in exchange for an acceptable deal must not be overlooked. Ursula von der Leyen has boasted that the EU has secured strong tools to incentivise the UK to carry on offering EU fishing boats access to UK waters after 2026. There will be coastal communities that have been ravaged by the common fisheries policy who will feel utterly betrayed by our government's surrender when it comes to our waters. This is not a good deal for them. The consolation bribe of £100 million pales in comparison to the billions we could be making if we took back full control of 100% of our waters, as was initially promised. EU vessels will still have unlimited access to our fishing grounds for 5.5 years, and even after this period, the EU will be permitted to catch a third of our fish. Fishing should never have been on the table in the first place. There is absolutely no reason why Britain could not have left the EU on a basis similar to that of our Nordic neighbours, with an end to equal access to each other's waters. This deal also introduces a whole new raft of bureaucracy. The agreement establishes a partnership council comprised of EU and UK representatives with a large number of committees on all sorts of different issues. The British people voted to take power away from unelected bureaucrats, not create more of them. How much will this extra bureaucracy cost the British taxpayer? The agreement is also scattered with many references to reviews on almost everything every 4 years. Questions must be asked on whether or not this newly established council could use these reviews to realign the UK to the EU in the future. Disappointingly, Boris Johnson has also caved on the European Convention on Human Rights, with the EU winning assurances that this will remain in force in Britain. This will ensure that boats of illegal migrants will keep pouring in across the Channel, with no way for us to remove foreign criminals from our country. Then there's the imposition of the new trade border down the Irish Sea between Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK, as well as the remaining £25 billion or so of the £39 billion so-called Brexit divorce bill left to pay. The deal may be done, but we must remain vigilant. Make no mistake that there are those within Labour and the wider establishment who would delight in seeing the UK become nothing more than a protectorate of the European superstate once again. If these institutionally Europhilic movements ever got back into government, they would not give a moment's hesitation in seeing us tied back into the single market, compelling us to accept freedom of movement and the jurisdiction of the ECJ. Despite its shortfalls, this deal is happening. We must now make it work for the UK and ensure that we do not start sliding back into the clutches of the EU through the back door. UKIP's job is far from done. We may have achieved one of our commitments, but our voice in preventing the political establishment from destroying the UK is more important now than ever before. This government has proven itself totally incompetent at standing up to cultural vandals who seek to destroy our heritage, controlling illegal immigration that compresses wages for ordinary working people, and saving our United Kingdom from dangerous separatists. UKIP is here to stay.